Fun.
Sorry.
Yeah, what can we do?
Oh, sweet home Hialeah. I hate your traffic, but I love you. Ahora de Cuba la Bella, del Palacio de los Jugos. Los chicharrones. Los vecinos aquí se enteran de todo.
Mi vecina era CDR en Cuba.
Y en verdad no hay nothing that you can do. Chacleteras sin llames con corbata.
Aquí yo vendo hot dog, pero Cuba yo era médico.
Le saco el dedo y digo Q. Sweet home Hialeah. Solo 30 minutos de Le Bayo. Oh, sweet home Hialeah. I hate your traffic, but I love you.
Oh, shoot, we're live. Hey, everybody, and welcome to East 10th Street Boys. We apologize about the delay. I swear we were here early. We just got lost in translation. We were talking about the Dolphins cap situation. And I looked at the time. I saw 8:40 and went, oh, crap. And I went out. I saw 22 comments. I went, oh, crap. So welcome to East 10th Street Boys. I'm your host, Bobby El Gringo. That's Alex the Boy. We are live straight out of Hialeah. A lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Not just, of course, as we always do, life, but we're talking Dolphins. Major news from yesterday into today. Trades, signings, what's to come, plus a lot more. And we got to talk about a little bit of the NBA. Like there's a rule in place or about to be in place for if you want to be considered MVP, you got to play some games. You can't be sitting out most of the time. So I want to touch on that. But first, before we get into that, as Alex stares off into the distance with his angry eyes, I want to go ahead and ask you, how the hell are you, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. Tired, like always, like every other Monday. Just had a double volleyball game. I just got back a little while ago. I had dinner and rushed over here to make sure I was on time. Cuban time, 10 minutes late.
Cuban time. That's right. That's right,
That's
man.
how we do it.
Yeah, John's in the house. Good to see you, John. Evan is in the house. Everyone
it was
tuning
always a
in.
law. You're never the first one to the party, man. Never
Bobby
be the first one to the
no,
party.
no. Bobby's having dinner. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, gosh. But let me I know. Sorry, the wife there is too. You know, we got caught up, but that's okay. Cuban time is how we end it. That's something I wanted to explain too, and I probably should have put as the word of the day was the Cuban goodbye. But we're going to explain that later on because I think we should. Mm-hmm. But before that, man, there's so much to talk about. Miami Dolphins making some moves, starting off yesterday with a major move, trading for corner Jalen Ramsey from the Rams, star corner from the Rams.
Yes.
And, you know, you look at it and you go, oh, crap, right? I don't mean oh, crap, meaning, oh, crap, we got Jalen Ramsey. No, you look at it and go, what the hell did we give up? What did we give up for Jalen Ramsey? And then the trade details come out, Alex. It's the 77th overall pick, the third round pick, one of our third round picks, and Hunter Long. And you go, that's it? So let me ask you your initial reaction about this trade. That when this trade went down, what were you doing at that time, and what was your reaction to it?
Well, man, I had heard a few rumors before on Saturday and all that, and I know based on what they were saying that Jalen Ramsey was kind of angling about going to the Dolphins. That's what his inclination was. That's what he really wanted to do. And it was a byproduct of the Rams. A lot of people are saying right now, the Dolphins, what are the Dolphins doing? We're just taking out a bunch of contracts. We're trying to wear draft picks. That's kind of like what the Rams did, but they put themselves in a hole where a financial hole that they couldn't get out of. So it was obviously, and the player doesn't want to cooperate and restructure deals. Miami's an attractive destination. The fact that you got Vic Fangio, that's another confirmation of star defensive players wanting to come and play over here. We might not be done. We might have a safety coming. I know we signed a linebacker as well today. But
David
just
Long,
the fact that you got Jalen Ramsey wanting to come asking to come to Miami basically shows you the respect we have around the NFL and how sexy of a destination we are, which to me is a splash. And it's kind of funny how we talked about a little bit before the show, obviously the Greer, the Ross effect, but to me it's also really cool how Miami in a year has kind of taken on the image of their head coach. They are kind of becoming that team, that sexy team that's gonna go for it. Because we would always conservatives always have splash off season, like you always used to say. We win the off season, we don't win during the regular season. You said that to me
Undefeated,
years over,
baby.
undefeated in the off
Undefeated.
season. But now you see that they're going for it. Why? Because they know what they have. They know what they have in store. And when you got Vic Fangio basically anchoring that defense, restructuring, reshaping that scheme with the personnel that we have, it's unstoppable, man. And I'm just happy that he wanted to be here. For a very long time, Dolphins have been ridiculed because the splash signings don't pan out. And the fact that a star in his prime, and now you really have two opposite corners again, kind of like when we had Madison and Surtain. So that's something that's really cool, and it's another dynamic for your defense, obviously. So I was super excited, man, that it actually went through. And I'm just waiting for them to restructure his deal again. And like we talked about,
we were just talking about that, and I wanted to touch on that. I want to talk. John is putting some great stuff in there right now in the comments. I have to touch on it. Yes, always 20 minutes late, grand entrance. That is us, 1,000%. My grandfather from my mother's side, who's not Hispanic, this time when really it's just Cuban time, Puerto Rican time. You got to make the grand entrance. Oh my goodness, he's making me hungry, and that's why I'm having a snack. I'm eating some Smarties because, as Evan likes to think, I haven't had dinner yet. We were out at we don't do this. Oh, it's 6 p.m. Let's go have supper. No, we have dinner late. That's what we do. That's how it is, and
that's how we do. Yeah.
But
bad digestion.
Got a Smartie.
Heartaches,
a
Smartie. I like that.
Snacking on a Smartie. But talking about it, the Dolphins. Let's go ahead and recap very quick what they have done. We discussed Jalen Ramsey. Okay, that was the big move, and then we wonder what the hell they were going to do today. What could be expected? What were we? Was there anything different that was going to go down? Well, they go on and settle their backup quarterback position and bring in New York Jets or former New York Jet Mike White, who's from South Florida. They signed him. So first it was said 2 years, $16 million, but that actually has been updated. It's actually 2 years, $4 million, and there are some guarantees and bonuses that go in there. So it's not really a bad deal. Okay.
No, it isn't.
And it's a backup role. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we could have got someone better. But it's a backup role. And you know what this says? And I know there's some hate and love and whatever you want to call it. And I'm not getting into the debate right now.
But this trying to get you to stop eating, bro.
So what this signifies, I'm go. You know what? Because I'm a honey badger. I identify as a honey badger, Alex. I don't know if I told you that. You know what a honey badger is? You don't give
of course, bro. Of course, man.
So,
but you don't care.
You don't care. So, whatever.
You should do the whole show like that with your mouth full. Like just literally.
I'm not as talented as her. I can't talk with my mouth full. So,
whoa.
What? What did I say?
Oh,
what did I say?
Nothing.
I can't see nothing. I can't
What's
see the
up,
comments. Rob, if you're thirsty for Dolphins content, go to dolphinsthirsty.com. So anyway, and I'm not looking at the screen right now at the main screen. I'm looking at something else. I just want to go over this. So what the Mike White signing tells me is that obviously Miami and Mike McDaniel say, hey, we could do better than Teddy Bridgewater. And they don't trust him. They still don't have a lot of trust in Skylar Thompson, maybe as the definite backup. He will compete against Mike White because that is not an undisputed backup role. And also, they believe in Tua as the starting quarterback for next season. When they got the team option, when they exercised that team option, they said, hey, we're going next year. Tua's our quarterback. We can't get Tom Brady. He's retired. Can't get Lamar Jackson. Too much of a headache. We're committed to Tua. And that's great because now their focus is on building out the roster. Close out all that extra noise on the quarterback and move forward and do what's best to put the roster together. And then They go, of course, they re-sign Salvin Ahmed, the running back, Duke Riley. They go ahead and then they go and get David Long on a crazy great deal. Okay, the linebacker out of the Titans. So he fits the scheme for Vic Fangio. Actually, him and Jalen Ramsey had lunch a couple days ago or dinner, and they talked about coming to Miami. So there's another connection there with a possible star player out there that might have a connection with Ramsey who may want to come. But how, Alex? How can the Dolphins, after doing all these moves, afford any other big type of move? Whether that's a Derrick Henry or a Dalvin Cook, who is the connection I'm talking about, you could still restructure these contracts. So much so, if you do so, Agba, Jalen Ramsey, whatever happens with Baker, whether you trade him, restructure him, cut him, whatever, there's still moves that he made. You can get up to $45+ million in caps even after these deals were done. So, gentlemen, what are you hearing in Tennessee, Bobby? Are you talking about Derrick Henry cap? What am I hearing is that they are listening. They are listening. And guess what? When I didn't hear this, but I'm reading this, is that the Dolphins are one of the betting favorites. And I would not bet against Miami exploring the option. Who knows what they're willing to give up? And then people go, dude,
I'll trade the second round pick.
What can we give? Well, I'm with you. I'm 1,000% with you. But people go, wait, what can you give up? You can't give up too much for Derrick Henry. We just gave up a 3rd round pick in Hunter Long to the Los Angeles Rams for one of the best corners in football. You're telling me with a 2nd round pick, 51st overall, you don't think a team you could possibly get a Derrick Henry or a Dalvin Cook? You're damn right you will. Now, who would I prefer? I wouldn't be mad with Dalvin Cook. I'd love to get – I want a star running back, but I want Derrick Henry. I want to ground and pound, make your mouth bleed, make you pay when you try to tackle him. I want a Derrick Henry, and I believe the Dolphins have the opportunity to get it. The Dolphins are a betting favorite for Cook too. Yes, they are. And that's why I don't think we should sleep on the possibility that the Dolphins are going to land a star back. I think they are determined to do that. How? We don't know. They still have a 2nd round pick at 51 and 84. And they could use one of those picks to go get one of their running backs. They are going all in. And G-Man was in the comments yesterday. And he is, Rob and I are the same as G-Man. You build through the draft. That's true. That's the way you should. And Miami has done that. They had done that. That's why they had Austin Jackson and Javon Holland and Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips and Tua, the quarterback. They were building through the draft. But now it's time to put all your chips in the table, which Miami is doing. Yeah. Now it's become the sense of F them picks, and go get these guys because now the window's a 2-year window. You got to win. Win now. Go ahead, Alex.
No, just what you mentioned, the detail of Mike White. It's a 2 years, $8 million, 4.5 guaranteed, 3.4 signing bonus. So basically the base salary is 1.08. That takes basically nothing against your cap. And obviously, like you said, you mentioned the 3.5, 4 million in play time, achievement, playoff incentive, etc. Basically, we got a backup quarterback, a solid backup quarterback, for only $1 million signing guarantee money. I mean, cap against your cap money. So all these moves, Bob, what they're telling me is that they're still not done. They're still going to make more moves, which is the advantage you have of having a Christian Wilkins under a rookie contract, a Tua under a rookie contract, Jalen Phillips under a rookie contract. You can get all these things going. And then obviously when it's time to extend them, if you're going to extend them, you start restructuring more deals or starting trading away a few pieces. So this is the year, because think about it. I know Tua is always going to be a hot topic, but you basically got Tua for 2 years and probably $31 million combined, this salary and next year's salary. That's $17 million less than Daniel Jones is getting paid for 1 year, or close to what he was asking for. So you're still getting Tua at a decent price for the next 2 years, and you can fill out your roster, and you can certainly, in my opinion, win with what you have.
You could win with what you have, okay, and win healthy, and all that. And it's the key point again, but when healthy, you have yourself a possibility of a very strong football team, a winning football team. The possibilities of Dalvin Cook are more realistic, being that he trains in Miami in the offseason over the performance at Performa, and who is by also Okay, with perform is okay. So with Tua's trainer, and again, it makes a lot of sense. And he's connected with Jalen Ramsey. So it makes a lot of sense. Jerry the King Lawler's from Tennessee. Elvis Presley, King of Rock and Roll's from Tennessee. Derrick Henry, the King, is from Tennessee. We get it. Great job, Evan. Yes, sir. So we got to bring the King to Miami. I am all aboard on Derrick Henry. The Bills have big cap space now. What did they do? What did they do? Did they do something? So, look, and again,
deals?
let me just explain. Let's talk on that Tua situation because I know people want to talk. I keep bringing it up in regards of we got Tua. Look, it was always going to be Tua for next year. We knew that. What's up, Troy? We knew it was going to be Tua next season. All right. You can live on the dream of Lamar Jackson. You can live on the dream of Tom Brady. You can live on the dream of Aaron Rodgers. The more than likelihood was that Tua was going to be your quarterback. If you go out and you get a Tom Brady or a Lamar Jackson or an Aaron Rodgers, yes, it looks brighter. It looks better. You have no question about those guys. Well, maybe Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, you have no question because what they've done in this league and what they can do with this team. But then the problem is that the problems that were there before Tua are going to be there after Tua because there are problems bigger than the quarterback situation. And that's why Miami has to figure that part out before they address the elephant in the room. And it's not a bad situation to be in. Miami's in a good situation. $24.2 million, I think, on the books next year for Tua. That's not bad. And it doesn't stop Miami from drafting a quarterback next year if Tua gets injured again and they go, you know what? He's just not the guy for the future. You could draft the guy and then trade him. But guess what? All the cards are on the table. They restructure the books of Josh Allen, the contracts of Josh Allen and Von Miller, creating approximately $32 million in salary cap space per sources on Twitter from Field Yates. Okay, so there you go. So they see what Miami's doing. They see what the Jets may possibly do. They see what the NFL is doing. I know a lot of people expect them to take a step back. I think people are just wishing and praying that they would. They're in their prime. I don't see that happening. But they have to do stuff. They have to do something.
They have to keep up. They have to keep up.
And you know what? Guess what? What if Dalvin Cook goes to the Dolphins? Derrick Henry goes to the Buffalo Bills. That's actually how I could see it playing out. Okay?
The AFC East is going to look nice next year, man. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be crazy.
It's
going to be crazy. And I'm hoping, and that's the thing. People go, oh, but a third-round pick. We gave up a third-round pick for Jalen Ramsey. Is there anybody? Yes. Can I, and I love the draft. And I love talking about the draft. Absolutely. I love the potential of the draft and the prospects. Yeah. But is there anyone that could have been drafted at 77 that you would have said would have been the talent of a Jalen Ramsey?
No,
absolutely not
at all.
No,
at all.
You basically drafted Jalen Ramsey, a veteran Pro Bowl corner, one of the best corners in football the past couple seasons. For his career. You drafted him with the 77th overall pick.
To play opposite of Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard. Who struggled last year, there's no doubt. Yes.
Cole, you could bring
who I think is going to benefit from this trade.
Yes.
I think he's going to benefit. Not so much responsibility. You put him in the third slot, the nickel. I think he'll play better. I think Needham might be out the door, which sucks. I love Needham. But I think this is going to benefit Kader Kohu, and it's going to benefit this defense.
I just thought about Needham. You don't need him anymore.
Oh, but
dad joke.
Dad joke. But yes, $32 million for the Buffalo Bills. But again, do the Dolphins move Cedric Wilson? Okay, let's say they trade him, they get rid of him, which is on the table. That's what I've seen and heard. He is on the table. All right, Jerome Baker could be traded, restructured. Does he stick around? I'm not against him sticking around. If you want to restructure him, keep him with David Long, I'm down with that. No issue with that whatsoever. But if you decide to move him, that could free up some space as well. Jalen Ramsey could be restructured. He has a $17 million cap hit. That's pretty steep. But you could restructure him, possibly bring him down to 5. Okay? That frees up a lot of cap. And then do you trade Agba? Do you restructure Agba? I wouldn't be against trading Agba. I mean, against keeping Agba because, again, the rich stay richer. Okay? When healthy, he's one of the better defensive linemen in football. But if you move him, that could save you a lot of money. But in my scenario, you restructured some of these guys.
Yeah.
You trade Wilson, the receiver, okay? And then the Dolphins could end up with still $47 million in cap space to get some deals done, fill up some holes, and go into whatever picks you have left in the draft. If you make any trades, go into the draft with as less needs as possible and a very good-looking roster.
And honestly, Bob, if I would tell you, it would cost us all our picks this year, but we would acquire Jalen Ramsey, Derrick Henry, or Dalvin Cook, David Long as a linebacker. I think any reasonable fan will be like, okay, take my picks. You just solved all my issues. Obviously, you need some help in the line, tight end. I get that part. But if you get the main 3-4 guys that you really wanted, and it costs you a few picks, and maybe you're just left with one pick, I would take it any day of the week, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Again, and I understand about the draft, and I get it. I think that means Poyer might be off the wish list for Miami.
Could be.
Yeah. It could. And you know what? Again, if signing Poyer, to me, this is just me, wasn't a necessity. Okay, it was the rich getting richer, because I do think Brandon Jones, when he comes back from his injury, is going to play better. I think he fits the scheme a lot well with Fangio. To play him a little bit at linebacker. Yeah. I'm not against Poyer in Miami. I would love it, just to add more to that defense. I mean, holy crap! You got Poyer, Holland, Howard, Ramsey, Long, Wilkins. Unless Wilkins get traded, Wilkins will come in $20 million. Might be wise to trade him. We keep Sealer. Less for him. No, it is. I think it's an option. I know I would not want to trade Christian Wilkins, because I think he's really the heart of the defense, maybe the team. His excitement, his energy, it's infectious. It's even infectious when you're at home watching him. I would hate to lose Wilkins. I love him, okay? As a player on this team, I love him. I think he's a perfect fit. He's fun. But what will be better for the team? What can you get back? You want some draft picks back, or you want to secure a player like a Dalvin Cook? You might have to include a Christian Wilkins. And how much does that hurt your defense? That's the question you got to answer. That's the question you got to answer. If you think you could survive that, then you make that move and you go get that offensive guy. If you need a legit running back, go get that guy. Maybe the Dolphins say, hey, you know what? Maybe we could trade our second round pick for Dalvin Cook, and we could go draft our tight end in Tucker Kraft, out of South Dakota State, I believe. I hate to butcher that. It's either North or South Dakota State. It's one of the Dakota. As Steve Malloy would say, Central Dakota. Central Dakota State University. Dakota. One of those universities. But Miami could be that, because I know Miami's targeting a tight end, whether through the draft or free agency. I think it's more the draft. I think they're aiming for one of these big name running backs. I think Miami's putting all their chips on the table. They might go in the draft with 3 draft picks, a 3rd, a 6th, and a 7th, and that's okay.
One thing that I was saying about that I was mentioning in our chat, Austin Eckler. How would your reaction to that? I love Austin. I think
that might be some high trade bait. I know he's going to command a lot of money. Actually, he's not that much this year. He's on the books. So let me just make sure I look at this very quick. I don't want to say. I
think it was like an $8 million hit or something like that. It's nothing crazy. Obviously, they're off. They're far off on contract extension talks. But Herbert's gonna miss him. That was one of his targets.
Yeah, he's gonna miss him, and so are the Chargers and the fans, and fantasy owners better pray he goes to a team that's gonna be worth it. I know Josh Kimmel is gonna be all over that. Let me make sure I pull this up.
Yeah,
get his contract for next season. So next year, his base salary, he's gonna want an extension, which is likely in the books, okay? I don't know what he'll cost you via trade, but he's on the last year of his deal. He's only 28 years old. He's one of the better running backs in football. He definitely fits a Mike McDaniel offense. He's $6.2 million.
Look at that.
So, make sure I pull this up right. Let me look at his numbers as we are discussing here. Last year, okay, let me make sure I get his receiving numbers too. Okay, last season, He played all 17 games. He rushed 204 times for 915 yards, 13 touchdowns, 107 receptions, 722 yards receiving with 5 touchdowns through the air. Holy okay.
I'm telling you, man.
I would love Austin Eckler. I would love that if that was to go down, but we'll see. Go ahead.
Santo brings up a good point, and this is kind of like what me and you touched upon.
Yeah,
this is the reason you can do all these things this year, because you have Tua, Holland, Waddle, all on rookie scale contracts. So basically, the time of your deal. By the time you have to extend Waddle and all that, Armstead's deal is up. You're probably going to restructure Bradley Chubb's deal also. So you start restructuring these deals and moving on from players to just cutting players that you no longer want to have. Xavier Howard might no longer be here. So there's a lot of things that come into play. But right now, as we're currently constructed, for the next 2 years, you can take advantage of having Phillips, Holland, and Waddle on rookie scale contracts. So you can keep this ball rolling. You can do this again next offseason, which is the good advantage that we have for us. We have a young nucleus,
I think
which we built by the draft.
I think Miami knows that they have a short window here. Okay,
yeah.
They know. What's up, G-Man? I just brought you up, brother, and I'm going to talk about your points. But the Dolphins know they have a short window here. All right, so they're going to go all in. They're going to get all the major pieces. And again, like I said, it's kind of like a Los Angeles Rams situation, just when they had Jared Goff. Okay, they built out their roster. They didn't win with Goff, so what did they do the year after? They went and got Matt Stafford. All right, and they won a Super Bowl. All right, I think
now they're rebuilding.
But they're rebuilding, and you know what? They got a Super Bowl. All right, and that's what freaking matters. All right, and
but to our credit, their nucleus was older, much older than ours. We have a young nukeus.
We do, and you got to pay. You trade Hill, you get rid of that's 2 years or a year from now, and you go ahead and you keep Waddle and Holland and Phillips, and you move on. Still no tight end. They could get a tight end in the draft. Again, the tight end class is deep. I'm not worried about that. That's the way I think they're going. Running back, I think they're going in free agency or trade. Offensive line, whether you like it or not, and whether they're blowing smoke up everybody's ass, they are comfortable with the offensive line. They like what they got. They trust Eichenberg. They trust Austin Jackson. That's what McDaniel and what Greer has been saying. They said it about Tua, and a lot of people believe them and a lot of people disbelieve them, but guess what? They stuck with Tua. If they're saying it about those two guys, they're sticking with it. They're comfortable with the offensive line.
To be fair, we really didn't get to see Austin Jackson play at all last year. We saw him for maybe a game and a half at the most. No, he got hurt the first game.
Yeah.
So we really didn't get to see his progression.
LOL. Oh my God, Austin Jackson. But the fact of the matter is, whether you like it or not, the Dolphins have said that they believe that they could still do stuff with Austin Jackson and Eichenberg. And I'm with you. I'd rather go out and get a couple other guys to let those guys be the backups. But that's what the Dolphins have been preaching and throwing out there. Again, could be all smoke, G-Man. That's why I'm not really going with this whole offensive line thing. We could keep banging the table for it, but that's not what the Dolphins are saying. It does stink. It stinks. But Miami thinks we got to trust our head coach. We got to trust management. I know that's a hard word when it comes to the Dolphins front office, and hope that they know what the hell they're talking about. Because I don't know, maybe Guerrero doesn't want to admit the mistake with Eichenberg and Jackson. Stop it with Jesse Davis. Gosh, I keep seeing his name brought up. You guys are speaking that into existence.
And now that you keep saying we were talking about the draft a little bit, it made me think.
The Dolphins haven't ignored the offensive line, G-Man.
No, they haven't.
They just failed at it. They haven't ignored. Yeah. It hasn't been. That's the thing. Oh, we don't sign. We drafted offensive linemen. We've drafted Jackson, Eichenberg, Hunt. We've Robert Jones signed. This freaking guy from last year. From the Saints, Armstead. The Dolphins do not ignore the offensive line. That is not true. They just don't know how to fix it. They draft the wrong guys and they've signed the wrong guys. Yes. Tua's your quarterback. What's Tua's blind side? What arm does he throw with? His left. What's his blind side? Right here. So what they should have done? They should have got a Trent Brown on the right side, but they wanted to go get the sexy piece, which is Terran Armstead, who doesn't play any full-time any season. But hey, that's what we do. We sign broken down players. And he's still a great player when healthy, but he doesn't last the season. They did that. So they don't ignore the offensive line. So let's stop throwing that out there like it's true. It's not true. They suck at addressing the offensive line. That's the truth. Okay? So say that. Tua will never play 17 games. He hasn't yet. So you're not a liar. But we'll never know. We'll never know. We got so much to talk about. We got a lot of things to talk about, actually. We're going to keep talking Dolphins. We're going to see if any other breaking news comes in. But there's a man-child in the house. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, boy.
I call him Stiggs. Stiggs. This dude, let me just say right now. So it's been a busy day for Fins Talk Sports Network. Started at noon with the Beer and Sports podcast. They had Benjamin Albright, NFL Insider. Got everything started. Then, for about 2.5 hours right after, Huddle Up and Wait with Dave Steger. I said Dave Steger and friends, but Dave Steger was on there. He was breaking news. He was reacting. He was doing this. So I thought he's like, I'm just going to take the day. I don't want to know. He was like, yo, I'm jumping on tonight because I want to hop in on some 10th Street. I want to come to 10th Street. So let's bring him in here.
He's the most Latino white guy I've ever known.
That's right. We had to get him in here. There he is.
Oh, big old Dave.
Oh, you got some Hogan here? All right.
Well,
the real American. Nice. Okay.
I had to do it.
What's up, Stig?
What's up, fellas? Oh, my
What's up,
God.
man?
I feel like I've been on this thing all day.
No.
You look exhausted.
No, I'm good, actually. I just got done watching TV with the wife, and then I'm like, oh, crap, I still got time. I can hop on.
Yeah, you got plenty of time, and, you spend your day. We were just touching on, of course, we're talking, they suck at O-line. You win, Bobby. I know. That's Dave, let me just finish my point. G-Man, this is not the way to build a football team. That's right. But you know what? We don't build the football team. They do. We just have to live with it. All right? It's just the fact of the matter is they don't ignore the offensive line. They just don't know how to address the offensive line. He's got the beard. Yeah, very Cubano. That's right. He's the whitest Hispanic, non-Hispanic guy we know. And so we're very excited to welcome him to 10th Street. So, Dave, first off, man, this is, you do Huddle Up and Wait. You do the draft show. But you are, and you're a very busy guy. You're a dad. You work. You bust your ass. You had the same hip problems that I do. You just went through surgery. You've been going through that. But you've been watching this show for the past few weeks since we've come on. You really like that. You've always, you and I talk about it a lot. You're always in the comments adding to it. What do you enjoy about this show, man? What's your favorite?
It's the at-home feeling. It's the just relax, chill on the front porch, BS, and just being able to, because what your guys' childhood sounds like from what I grew up with, where it just sounded like when you were a kid, you were just running around with your friends, drinking juice boxes, whatever. Then freaking, as you got older, it may have turned to beer, but I can neither confirm or deny that. But no, it's just our childhood sounded a lot of familiarity, and it just felt at home. So that's why I feel like I had to come on.
That's awesome. Yeah, for us, it wasn't juice boxes. It was Malta, which was just freaking disgusting. I hate Malta with a passion.
No,
Okay.
Malta.
Malta.
All right, Malta.
Whatever.
You need to have it with leche condensada. You need to have it with condensed milk. That's what you need to have it with.
Oh, it even sounds gross.
It's disgusting.
I use condensed milk when I bake. When
somebody tells you, when they give you the advice, just drink it fast.
You guys
just drink
have
it fast.
No idea, man.
That's when you know it sucks. When they tell you just drink it fast, that's when you know it sucks.
Just plug your nose and go down the hatch.
You shut up, Tati.
Dave, have you ever had materba or no?
Had what?
Materba?
No.
Oh, man.
Those are fried nipples.
Listen, I've tried some weird shit, so I wouldn't be a
cow nipples. That's what that is.
I mean, I've had cow tongue, I've had pig's feet, I've had oxtail.
It's not no fried nipples, man. It's a Cuban soft drink. It's a soda. He's an asshole.
I didn't know. I was like, I'll try it.
He's an asshole. I'll have some fried nipple. Yeah.
Fool the white guy as soon as he gets in. Got it. All right.
That's right, Kurt.
Asshole.
That's what, Kurt. Thank you for watching, and that's what I believe. I think the Dolphins will draft a tight end, either with the second round or the third round. Sorry, guys. And I think I don't know about offensive linemen. Again, we'll wait and see. If it do, I'd love it. But I think running back, either trade or free agent, is more likely. Dave and
He's legit,
Dave
yeah.
and David is Dave and David is.
Apologize if you've coming back my hair, guys. I forgot my hat downstairs.
That's okay. So, hey, look, so let's start this off right, Alex. Guys, again, keep putting your questions, your comments. Dolphins. We're going to talk a little bit about the Heat in basket in the NBA right now, just a little bit. But continue to put your comments in here. You're watching East 10th Street Boys on the Finstock Sports Network, straight out of Hialeah. Get your cafecito ready, your Cuban coffee, whatever you want to call it, and sit back and relax. We're going to touch on a lot of things. But first, before we get into that, and if you put your comments in your Dolphins, we'll touch on them towards the end of the show and respond. But Alex, what's our word of the day?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. The word of the day is chonga. Put it up there, Bob.
Oh, you didn't do that? I thought I was waiting on you.
No, I didn't do it,
My
man.
bad.
I was
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
for
There
you.
it is.
You
Chunga.
set me up. You just lob it up and then you just do shit. You just expect me to talk and put it at the same time. I can't do that. Come on. Yes, as I was mentioning, chonga. Chonga is a hood-ass girl, usually very pretty, sometimes excessive makeup. You can tell she's kind of like a little ghetto. She might be a little rocker. She might be a little rapper, but she's definitely from the hood. She's the one that takes off her shoes in the
Hood
club.
earrings.
Yeah,
Hoop
big
earrings.
hoop earrings, usually with her name on her necklace or the name in between the hoop of her earring. If she grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, she definitely had that lip liner that used to put like all red around.
Forget.
You see, I'm telling you, it's a girl that like super cute, but she can like stab you while you sleep. Is that type of girl, very hood in the street. So, and the funny part is when these chongas become mothers. That's another episode because then they just become hood for no reason. Anytime you talk to their daughter, their son,
Gel down hair.
it's just gone down. Oh, I'm
You got
telling
the
you,
gel down here with little curls right here, and
man.
the pencil eyebrows, and yes,
they will steal your identity. They will open up credit cards. They will everything, man.
Alex loves chungas. He loves the chungas.
Chimichangas.
Chimichungas. Give me some chimichangas.
I mean, we grew up with them, man. We grew up with them.
Yes, Dave. So you've been watching the words of the day. I know you get a kick out of them. What's your favorite so far word of the day? What have you learned from us that you?
Definitely first one that hits off is chismosa.
Chismosa, yes.
Definitely just I'm like what was it? My wife the other day she was actually trying to look out. She goes, "Who's that playing basketball with the kids?" And I'm like, "Quit being chismosa." And she goes, "What? What is that?" I'm like,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. You don't get me.
Yeah.
You don't.
I walked away. I was like, "Yes, I used it right."
There you go. That is right. There you go.
In context. Awesome. Is there actually any word that you've heard that you want to know what the meaning of?
No, I know pretty much all the dirty words. I'm good.
Okay. That's good. You can always count on us.
Let's before we get further, we're going to talk about favorite sports movies. We're going to continue. We're going to talk on Heat, but we know who your favorite football team is. You said we'll touch on that, on why you became a fan. I know that, but I'd like other people to know. But let's talk about you, man. Like, where did you grow up? We know you're a veteran, Army veteran. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's get to know you as a person. Hit us up.
I grew up in Homer.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am a country podunk sumbitch that got in the military. So no, I grew up in Homer, New York, a little cow town. I mean, first house was a double wide trailer, so I didn't have much growing up. A lot of hand-me-downs, a lot of going to Goodwill, and then as my dad got a promotion in the military when he was in, we got a house. We got an actual house to live in, and it. So I grew up on the hard end and kind of understand where it comes from when you don't have much and when you got to appreciate it now and what you have. And that's why I always come by the term when I tell my kids, I'm like, you keep what you earn because this is yours. Like, that's what you got and stuff like that. And always stick by your family, and brothers and sisters are your brother's keeper. Like, that's brothers and sisters keeper, like stuff like that tight knit is basically what I grew up around. And then after New York, I went to a couple float around jobs, and then I finally was like, I'm not going nowhere. So my dad sat me down, and my stepdad, and they go, "Do you want to join the military?" And went and talked to the recruiter and signed up to do a delayed entry into basic training. And Yeah, I went in for 6 years and did a deployment, got out, stayed in Georgia and settled roots here. Got 3 kids, wife, been married over 11 years, happily, but I don't know if my wife will say that, but I have been happily. So, no, sports teams, Packers, um, uh, college football team, Syracuse, being from up north in New York. Now, I was a baseball fan before all these new rule changes happened this year, and I've tried to step away. Um, I grew up a Yankees fan. Jeter, Posada, Pettit, Mo, like all the big 4. And I know it's like everyone's like, oh, he's a Packers Yankees fan. I just grew up watching Brett Favre, fell in love with him. Sixers fan, fell in love with AI. It just stuck. I fell in love with the players.
John fits right in. John's awesome, man.
They tortured him with Packer games. So I'm so glad I did because I've gotten to watch a Super Bowl there, John. So I'm good. No, I'm trying to stick. I don't watch baseball anymore just because my guys have retired. Like when I watch Mariano Rivera and Jeter retire, like it's done. I haven't watched baseball. I haven't watched one game of a World Series since. Hunting, fishing, love the outdoors, hiking, stuff like that. So, no, just that's a bit about me.
I think sorry, Dave. I think that thing needs to be addressed. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Question, Bobby. Why do you fangirl so much over Dolphins versus the Heat? They were there first, Tati. They were there first. They will be there after.
She should be thankful that I'm such a committed, diehard Dolphins fan for all the shit they put me through the years, because that tells you what type of husband and what I'm a committed man. Despite all the bullshit, I'm still here. I'm still a Dolphins fan.
Tati, you could beat the crap out of him, black guys, and he'd still come back.
He ain't going anywhere. Tati.
Yeah,
beat him senseless. And that's true. Cap did break the story. That's a big one.
She's laughing. I actually hear her laughing. Yeah, she's hilarious. She's hilarious. Yeah, she just better be making dinner. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I better not go out there.
That's my boy Ralphie. What's up, my man?
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it about me. They're just a veteran, settled down in Georgia and settled right down.
What got you into loving, like, talking sports? Why? What made you want to start doing that? From being in the military and getting out of that, and then being a sports fan, Philadelphia 76ers, Packers, Yankees, and then going, damn, I
love this.
She's such a pain, who eats a because I'm doing all of this. I'm committed. I'm committed to the network. I'm committed to the Dolphins and the Heat. I'm committed to our life. Ungrateful. Anyway,
leave me alone.
What made you want to talk sports, brother?
Actually, the military. Like I've always talked sports when I was younger with my buddies, and the military really made me jump in and be more in depth, and especially when you got a deployment. I mean, what else you gonna do besides the gym and regular Army shit? I mean, there's nothing else to do. So I jumped in and I start watching tape, and my buddies in the military are like, dude, you know stuff at an extra level. You should definitely look into doing this. And they bugged me for years. So finally, when I got out, I was like, screw it, why not? So I started flirting around with the idea and met a guy online, did a Packers podcast, lasted for a little bit and fell through. And I just had that bad luck of, like, I'd get someone as a partner and then fall through, and then partner up, fall through, or a network would fall through that we're on. And finally gone through about 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, man, is it me? Am I not meant to do this? And then next thing you know, I met Brett year and a half ago, and we've been chatting all this time. Next thing he was like, dude, he goes, I got a network I think we should do an NFL show for. So I approached him about it. I'm like, dude, do you want to do an NFL show? And then he brought up the network, and voila, we're here.
How are you liking it so far?
I love it. Still here, huh? No, I love being on here. It's the family aspect. Everyone's got each other's back here. There's no, like, unopenness. Like, then that's what I had to get past when I first joined, was our old networks and stuff. It was very closed off. Like, if you tried to approach anyone about anything, like, it was always like you were looked down upon because, oh, the podcasters speaking out. You don't need to go talk to the producers, stuff like that. Here it's just
so ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's just
Dude,
stupid.
but that's why those companies fell through that we worked for. Because of structures like that. So that's why I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad that stuff fell through so I could be in an opportunity to hear, not just jump on a football show, but jump on wrestling, fantasy football, do the live show like today. Just a ton of opportunities.
G-Man, I'm happy that you're having fun. It's good that you're having so much fun now. It's good to see G-Man just coming in. And you know what? Dave could take it. You know what, Dave? I want to tell you, brother, and I mean this. We've talked about it before. Appreciate you, everything you do. You're a huge part of the channel, and it's been exciting to have you on, man.
Just
a little bit. But like today,
huge because physically you're huge. You're 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
that's why everyone called me tiny growing up.
Yeah, Dave Wyatt, Bray Wyatt. But everybody on here too. We got a good group of dudes. Brett Lagasse is amazing. Dave Steger, Rob Mosley,
except the one that begins with the E.
I love it.
Yes, that's right. Steve Malloy, Evan, everyone who's been
that one.
Everybody. Yeah. And the guys on the wrestling crew. We got Fast Break, which we're going to talk about Heat right now and NBA. Alex, have you had a chance to look at? Can you play offensive line? I say we kidnap Dave and stuff him with Cuban food until we.
G-Man, if you want me to, I'll do that. I got you.
There you go. And that's one thing I do like about Dave. Is that Dave, he will troll the hell out of the Dolphin fans. He will troll the hell out. He knows what pisses them off. He will press that button and keep pressing until it breaks. But once that breaks, once he knows that when it gets into
usually it's just one main button.
He knows his stuff. If you just say, okay, go for it. That's one of the best things about watching Huddle Up and Wait. That's one of the best things about having him on the draft show. He knows his stuff. When he starts saying this other stuff, it's a lot. You got to remember he's having fun with you, but just sit down, listen, enjoy, and go with it. That's why he's just
of course.
But can you play offensive line, Dave? Did you play football at all growing up? Any sport?
Played a little bit of high school. Then I got in trouble with my grades. I was an idiot in high school. Just passed with those B's and C's and got a couple D's in my later years. So they said either you sit on the bench or don't play at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you got some
D. They put me as a defensive end, and then when I played, so.
John, I just love these guys. They're having a blast. Pissed off is better than pissed on, Bobby. I would say.
Is someone drinking some relaxing adult drinks tonight?
I know. Somebody's having a lot of fun in these comments, brother. But nothing to talk about with the Heat. Mediocre team, first or second round exit. Nothing to see here. Damn, G-Man has no chill. All right, but no, look. That dude is damn no chill, G-Man. All right. But let's talk. No. We don't have to talk about Heat, but maybe we could touch on about maybe.
No, I got a question about the Heat, real quick. Just one question.
Go for it.
Jimmy can't fire today, man.
No, I gotta ask something. How come every game I watch for the Heat, it's Jimmy Butler has to put on the cape and come back and rescue the team, and everyone's just standing there like. Alex. It seems like back and forth. It seems like Jimmy has to do this every single game.
Alex.
Hello.
He doesn't want to answer it.
I'd shut it out. I think I'm a dead way. It's frustrating. It's gotten to the point where they expect him a bailout every single time.
Yeah.
And then they have Jimmy's kind of set up. If you see Jimmy, when Jimmy starts the game, if he's pissed off, just like he was today, he'll start the game on a rampage. But Jimmy likes to play himself in little by little, getting his team involved. And then, obviously, his time to take over is the third and the fourth quarter, which is, don't get me wrong, we see Jimmy now. Jimmy's still having the most efficient season ever of his career. He's shooting his highest percentage. His minutes are controlled, which is partially part of the Heat plan also. Control his minutes so he can be productive as the year goes on. But honestly, this year has been baffling to me. Not an excuse with injuries and rotations. There will be a shakeup. Because there has been a drop off in shooting that I can't even explain because I really have no explanation for it. I just don't understand what has happened. I don't know if it's Bam being more aggressive and some of the shooters playing maybe peaking at a certain point. The Omer injury, the Jovic development. Jovic will be an integral part of the rotation next year. But you have the fallout with Kyle Lowry that we knew it was coming. We didn't know to this magnitude. But honestly, you can argue and say that aside from Jimmy, the most consistent player night in night out is Caleb Martin, and now he's backing up Jimmy. So it's just a very frustrating part because the offense has the potential once the shots are falling. Since the shots have not been falling, it always tends to be Jimmy bailing out at the last moment, and Bam has kind of been taking a step back since the All-Star break, which I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know if he's being overused on offense because I don't see it realistically, but you have a lot of things. It's the mesh at a certain point. I'm glad it's happening now because it's going to help you determine who you sign, who do you extend an offer to this offseason, and obviously the shakeup that's going to come because it's going to reach a point where now Pat looks at Mickey, looks at Spo, and be like, "Time is now, man. I'm gonna start making moves." So we'll see what happens. But I do, if this continues, I do see a first round exit, maybe a second round exit. But and there's at times that I wish that we missed the bubble. But this team also has the potential to go on a run and win 6 of the next 8 games and is right back in the 6th seed. So it's a give and take. This season has been one of the most frustrating because
Because last year
you
y'all went
expect
deep,
it.
so that's why it's just like so surprising to me to see this right now.
And it's insane just to drop off Dave across the board because you lose PJ Tucker. Okay, you lost PJ Tucker. The fact that you lose PJ Tucker is not going to disrupt your offense the way it
No,
has, even defensively. So it's just you literally look at the shooting percentages. We went from being the top 3-point shooting team in the league to dead last, I believe. Now the numbers are going up a little bit as you gotten healthier. But at a certain point, obviously you have Hero being used more, the Hero's development. You have Oladipo missing a big portion of the season. So there's a lot of moving pieces that we didn't expect for it to be happen, but it comes with an NBA season. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
The point is try to make it as even a key as possible until you get to the playoffs so Jimmy can explode in the playoffs again. But you really need Bam and Hero to step up continuously. And the shots to keep falling. You really do. So
it was
it's a
good to
make or
see
miss
Kyle
league.
Lowry have some success though too. I watched the last 2 games,
Yes.
and yeah, I saw him.
Yes.
I'm like, that looks
Yes.
a little bit like old Kyle right there.
And Bobby, like I told you, like they were going to bring him off the bench. They were going to now remove the starting rotation. But you also get to see now Gabe Vincent in extended minutes. If that's someone you want to move along with next year, is that someone you want to depend what type of contract you're going to offer to Strus? Vincent, do you move them in a sign and trade? Honestly, realistically, next year some of these rotational players, I'm happy with Jamal Cain and Nikola Jovic, but there's going to be some shakeups. Depending on this year's end, there's going to be some shakeups because you're at a crossroad. This year, you're at a crossroad whether you go full on with Jimmy, and like I said, I've listened to Ethan Skonik a lot. Jimmy is a problem behind closed door at times. The organization is aware of that. They know that. That comes to Jimmy's territory. But Jimmy has lived up to every part and more as a performer. And now, Jimmy did vouch for Kyle Lowry. Jimmy did want Kyle Lowry. The organization was complacent with that, and they gave him that extra year guaranteed. But I wouldn't be surprised if we move him just to get out of that. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what's going on.
All right. So, they're talking about Pat Riley, time to retire, get rid of him, send him to the pasture, send him to Leon Medical Center.
Finals last year, I wouldn't say
Bro,
that. I mean,
you would let Pat Riley work, Bobby. The moment Mick Harrison tells Pat Riley, and Pat Riley just looks at him and is like, "Can I go into the tax? Are you gonna let me work now? Okay, sit back and relax." They're gonna build. They have something. They have a good nucleus in place. They need to make some adjustments, and they need to blow up maybe a few pieces.
My bad. Hit the wrong one here. I was just gonna say
that's okay. I was literally
it could be a turning back the clock segment, but no. Let's we were talking about it last week, and we're talking about sports. So let's get into sports, and let's talk about our favorite sports movies. Okay, I threw some up there. All right, remember the Titans, the Mighty Ducks, Rocky, Rudy, Any Given Sunday. I'm gonna let our guest of honor here start this off.
Yes, you go.
And maybe the movies are not on there, but Dave, what's your favorite sports movie of all time?
Ironically, as much as I said I'm not into baseball, G-Man just hit one. Tin Cup is one of my favorite movies.
Tin Cup. Oh yeah, that's Kevin Costner.
Kevin, another one for Love of the Game. Love that pitcher, and he comes back and basically explains how he met his wife, and he tears his thumb open on the wood saw and everything like that. That to me just I feel like screams sports, and Costner has a good such a good feel for it. And then there's not. I got two more that are baseball movies that I love. Bull Durham, and then another one is Major League. I grew up in a different era, so those older movies to me hit. I like the Rocky series; they're always fun to watch. I just
oh my god,
like
It's just some of the movies on there, Ralph. I didn't put them on
Caddyshack.
Come
Love
on,
it. I am a Carl Spackler fan for life. Rodney Dangerfield was amazing.
That's a great one.
Hey, lady, you want him $13 the hard way?
Okay, come on. First off, I put Mighty Ducks because Alex brought it up last week. So I don't know how.
Mighty Ducks is great.
Yeah. Remember the Titans? Amazing. The Rocky series, unbelievable. Any Given Sunday, a lot of fun. The Replacements was great. Tin Cup,
yes. Getting roasted there, buddy. Ralph is going off.
He's going off, man. League of Their Own is another one. That's a great one.
It's funny. Dave,
Tina Davis.
Ralph, that's one of my best friends growing up. Ralph actually grew up on 20th Street, so just 10 blocks away from us. And we've been together since elementary school, too.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what it's about right there. That's why I love this show. This stuff right there. Feels like home.
I've never seen Rudy.
What?
Or the Mighty Ducks.
What? No, whoa. Hold on. Take this off, Bob. Take the screen off. Hold on.
I'm good. I'll leave it right here.
What did you just say?
I forgot you have the power to do that.
Never seen Rudy?
Nope. Never seen Rudy.
Nor the Mighty Ducks.
No.
Bob, you've been my friend for like 30 years. You've had to see the Mighty Ducks with me one time.
Alex, he's a cake eater.
Wow.
I like cake. I do like cake. Is that not what that meant?
Alex knows the reference. That's why I'm saying it.
Jesus Christ, man. Unbelievable. I can't believe I do this.
Oh, we get a VHS.
Right? Like,
come on, man.
Never seen any of the Mighty Ducks? Not 1, 2, or 3?
Nah, never seen none of that. No.
Bob, they're on Disney Plus, man. You can see them now. You can stream them.
$5 a month.
While you guys were watching the Mighty Ducks, I was watching Rocky. You know what I mean?
That's on every TNT and TBS weekend. You can watch it.
Damn right. You're damn right. I was watching Rocky and WCW, Hollywood Hogan. Alex watched all that kiddie stuff, man. I watched Any Given Sunday. That's what I watched.
Kiddie stuff.
What was that baseball movie with that kid, Alex, that looked kind of like you as a kid? He played baseball. He was on all those little
Rookie
movies.
of the Year.
That was it. Yes, I remember him. Yep. That's the movie. Alex, when I go to Alex's house, Ace Ventura, when I would go to Alex's house, that's what he would put in the VCR. You know, we'd watch something like that.
I say Ace Ventura was a sports movie?
Any Given Sunday. Do you remember, guys, the Big Green? Did you ever watch that, Dave? The Big Green or no?
Yeah, that had the kid from The Sandlot in it, right?
Yeah, the Sandlot was a great movie. Honestly, one of my favorite sports movies is Field of Dreams.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Love Field of Dreams. That's one of my
sports, man.
He got game. He got game with Denzel Washington.
Yes, with Ray Allen. Yes, that's another one.
That's another
those are ones that I watched.
Now there's another one. It's a basketball movie, but also a drama. But it's like,
Ralph.
White Man Can't Jump.
Yes. Amazing.
Love it.
They're doing the remake. I don't know how I feel about that.
Woody and Wesley better be in it. Goddammit.
This show is going off the rails.
I hope so.
That's a porno. What's a porno? What is he talking about? Any Given Sunday is that a porno? What is he talking
White
about?
Man Can't Jump is a porno? Is that what they're saying?
What's happening? What are we talking about? We're not going there. No one said that.
Diversify yourself.
We gotta get Ralph in here one of these days, man. We gotta get Ralph in here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Hoosiers. Yeah, that's true. Hoosiers
is good. Hoosiers is fun.
Yeah,
what about
Hackman? That's a good one.
Basketball. Do you remember basketball?
Yes, I hate that movie.
What is that?
Are you kidding me?
You didn't see basketball, Bob?
No.
Bro, Bobby, Google it. Oh my God.
Google it. Google me, Chuck. Google me.
The mailman. They get the mailman to play with them on the Bob, Google it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Watch it, dude. Watch it. It's funny as shit, man.
None of those actors.
It's from aren't those the creators of South Park? Yeah.
No, I didn't watch this.
Stupid
ass. This looks like a.
You never watched that, bro? It's hilarious, Bobby. It's hilarious.
Never seen.
They invented this new game. It's like basketball, but with baseball rules.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
That's why it's called basketball.
No, wait. What was that one? What was the one with
Tropic Thunder.
No, Will Ferrell. Which one was Will Ferrell? He with the Tropics. What was the Will Ferrell?
Semi-pro.
Kicking and screaming.
Semi-pro. Not
Semi-pro,
kicking and
that's
screaming.
true.
Dodgeball.
And then there's another Will Ferrell that doesn't get enough love that was hilarious, but just stupid funny. Blades of Glory. Ice skating.
Yes.
No one knows
I
what it
love
means, but
anything
it's
Will
provocative.
It gets the people going. Damn, what other movie? Now that I thought about that. What other sports movie? Other sports movie. I mean, there's some recent ones that are coming out.
Draft Day with Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
Oh.
I like that one.
Dude, sometimes I'll just watch on YouTube the scene of the draft, of the actual draft moment.
I want my picks back.
Yeah, I want my picks back. I love that, bro. And when he asked for the punter, just because I want to.
Oh God, yeah, I love sports movies. I can sit down and watch them anytime, but Major League is even there's
Major Leagues. You just said it. Major
Love
Leagues. That's amazing, dude.
Major
Wow,
League,
yeah.
Major League 2, and then Major League Minors. Even the Minors movie was good.
Willie Mays Hayes, Roger Dorn, John
Roger
Taylor.
Dorn.
Roger Dorn.
Serrano.
Fuck you, Jabu.
Fuck you, Joe. Bobby's like,
you
what
watch
you
Major
guys?
League, right or no?
Please tell me
Bobby,
you watch
ever
Major League.
Leagues?
Is that with
Oh my God, bro! This is
No, wait.
unbelievable, dog.
That's that guy,
This
right?
is
The one
unbelievable.
I'm winning guy. The winning guy. What's the guy with
You
the
mean
winning?
Charlie freaking Sheen?
This is Charlie Sheen. That's
Wesley
who
Snipes.
right? That's who
Wesley
it is, right?
Snipes.
Charlie Sheen was in that movie.
Tom
Right?
Berenson?
He's
Yeah, okay,
He's
whatever. Name all the
wanted.
guys you want, but I got it. Yes, I've seen that movie.
What?
Yeah, whatever. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
We'll have to apologize.
Did you live under a rock as a kid? Alex, did you discover this kid like digging out of trash one day?
Well, actually, I did. Actually, I did. Yes,
No,
yes, I
shut
did.
the fuck up, Alex.
Like,
You wouldn't believe that shit.
like, I don't understand. Like, how did you not see any of these movies growing
I
up?
saw Major League. I saw it.
We're the same age, Bobby.
This is not how you envisioned this segment going, Bobby.
No sports movies. Oh, I haven't seen that. Bobby, that's half the list.
No, fucker. I told you what I saw, Dick. Whatever, man.
Hold on,
Yeah.
did you put on Rudy on the list? You put Rudy on the list, but you haven't seen it.
And he hasn't seen it.
But
man.
I know everybody else has. Why'd you put the list back up there, Alex?
you put the only one that you've seen is Rocky. You haven't seen none of the other movies.
I
man.
saw Any Given Sunday and the Titans. Come on.
my God.
Oh, man.
I can't
This is
believe
crazy.
you've never
This
seen
is
Rudy
crazy.
or
Hold
the
on.
Mighty Ducks.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Shut up. Hold on.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
The Triple Deke. Come on.
All right.
The Flying V.
30
Oh.
best sports movies of all time. We'll run down
Okay.
this list very quick.
Let's go.
And you just say, I've seen it or I have not seen it. Okay?
Okay. Oh, we already know for you.
Shut the fuck
It's going to be half the list is 50%.
All right. First one is a documentary.
What did you say?
Oh, is that the one with Nolan Ryan about his no-hitters or no?
I think so.
Because
Let me see.
I seen a bunch of sports documentaries and I love
Yeah,
them.
I've seen the documentaries, but I thought we are looking up actual movies.
All right, let's go first. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that's about. Tin Cup. We talked about that.
Yes.
I've seen Tin Cup.
Love
Miracle.
Yes.
Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Alex? No. Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
This
What?
sucks. Chariots.
USA beat Russia. They took down Russia.
1980s,
What?
Bob. The Miracle on Ice.
Chariots of Fire. I know what the miracle's about. The Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire is a priority. I think I've seen. Have I seen that one?
No, I have
Okay,
not.
I'm
seen
not sure
that.
on that one.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
All right, Rudy. Alex, you've seen that movie.
Yes, man.
Don't lie, Alex.
Rudy,
You didn't see
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, I did. Oh, Radio. Another one. Radio.
Yes.
Radio. I've seen Radio. I've seen that.
There you go.
Blue
You've
Chips.
seen Radio.
Which, by the way, that's Ed Harris.
Blue
is one
Chips.
of my favorite. Blue Chips. Yes, that's actually where Shaq met Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
because of that
I
movie,
haven't seen Blue Chips, but it's a
Shaq
basketball
made
one, I think.
sure that the Magic, the Magic, it talks about like college and recruiting and money buying your players. But he got Orlando Magic to draft to trade for Penny Hardaway after he saw him play.
It looks good. I mean, I'm reading that Nick Nolte. It looks good.
Nick Nolte, Shaq, Penny.
Any Given Sunday, I've seen that. Love that.
Yeah.
Bend It Like Beckham. The hell is that?
Soccer. Yeah.
I figured it's
a little
soccer.
kids. I saw that movie. Yes. It's a little Indian girl.
Yes.
Victory.
Yes.
Let's see. Michael Caine, Sylvester Stallone. Oh, damn. No, I haven't seen that movie, but that's pretty. The Big Lebowski. They count that as a sports movie? I've seen that.
Bowling. Bowling's a sport.
Yeah, bowling is a sport.
I watched that. Big Lebowski. I've seen that. That kind of reminds me of Dave a little bit.
He does.
Big hairy fat guy. Cool.
This one I haven't seen, but The Natural, 1984.
Oh yes. Yeah,
Robert Redford.
I saw that long ago, though.
Amazing,
Yeah,
bro.
my grandfather, but yes, I watched it.
Bro, I used to see that shit on UPN 33. They would put it on the weekends. I watched the movie like 30 times. I loved it.
The Wrestler.
Yes, Mickey Rourke.
Mickey
Watch that.
Rourke. Yes.
Love that. Great movie. Never seen this. North Dallas 40.
I have not seen that.
Okay. There you go.
Is that a hockey team?
I don't think so.
Murder Ball.
Dallas.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I'm like
Murder Ball?
We talked about Hoosiers. I may have seen that a long time. That's Gene Hackman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that a long time ago. I've seen that.
Yeah, North Dallas 40 was a 1979 film.
White Men Can't Jump. Seen that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woody Harrelson.
Still Rosie Perez and that movie. Fire. Hot.
Friday Night Lights. I have never seen that.
I've seen the show and the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Alex, have you seen that?
You've never seen Friday Night Lights, the movie? The movie.
Yeah.
No,
movie,
not that guy, Bobby.
No,
You've
I
never
haven't.
seen Friday Night Lights.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
You haven't seen Friday Night Lights, bro?
Caddyshack.
Yes.
No. Yeah,
Saw that.
Too.
So
Raging Bull. I've seen that.
Yes.
Raging Bull was good. Yes.
The Bad News Bears.
Yes. Walter Matthau. Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen the original and the remake with
Remake's
Bob Thornton.
decent. It's not great.
Rocky.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, all of them.
Have you seen all the Rockies?
Yes.
I've seen all the Rockies. Yeah.
I haven't seen
I've
the
not
last
seen
two
the
Creeds.
Creed.
I haven't seen the last two Creeds.
No.
So there's some of these. These are some of these. There's some documentaries on here. I don't know why the hell they put those on there. Moneyball is one.
Yes.
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 I've seen that.
That is an amazing. I can't believe I forgot that. It's one of my favorite movies to watch.
I like it.
The Athletics built
Yes.
that roster.
Yeah. Brad Pitt.
Trying to make sure I see. I have not seen King Richard yet with Will Smith.
Yeah. And it's one of those movies that I can watch like 20 times and I still watch it.
The Longest Yard, the
Which
original.
one? Will
First
Smith?
and second, yes.
I've seen the remake. I did not see the original.
Burt Reynolds, baby.
Major League. Yep, we've talked about that. Dodgeball. Talladega
Yeah.
Nights.
You can dodge a
Yes.
ranch. You can dodge. Yes. I'm on fire.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen
Okay,
all the
yes.
Karate Kids?
Yeah, I've seen Karate Kid.
Even the bad one they remade.
Angels in the outfield. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Angels in the outfield.
The Fighter.
yes.
Christian Bale. Mark Wahlberg. The Fighter.
Yes. Yes. The Fighter is an
Happy Gilmore.
amazing boxing movie. True story. Love that freaking movie.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore. I just started
You know
watching.
what I haven't seen? Oh,
Last night I
Gilmore's
was tuning
awesome.
into what's that? Big Daddy. I was watching Big Daddy.
Oh,
We talked
dude,
about
you know
Creed.
what I started watching finally from the beginning? Ted Lasso.
Really? Have you never seen it?
Hilarious. I had never seen it. No, I actually sat down and started watching it
Great.
from the beginning.
It's
Hilarious,
great.
bro. Hilarious.
Let me just keep going down this
Hilarious.
list here. We talked about that. Love and Basketball. I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
sounds familiar to me.
Omar Epps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lathan. That sign of Lathan.
He Got Game. Love that movie. Love the music. Love the
Mhm.
story. Denzel Washington, Ray Allen. There's Murder Ball again, but I never saw that. Field of
Did you
Dreams.
guys ever see the Sixth Man Whereas the Wayne
$1 Million Baby.
Eyes,
Yes. Seen
Million
both.
Dollar
Yes,
Baby was a great
those.
movie.
League of Their Own. I love that film.
Yep.
I love that movie.
Oh.
Ali, that's a long movie, but yes, I've seen it.
Oh my God, Bob! Now that you say it, this is not a movie, but Dave, I've been following this baseball team, the Bananas, I think it's the Savannah Bananas. Where was it from? There, have you seen this, Dave, or no? Look them up, man. They're a team. They're basically like the Harlem Globetrotters, but of baseball. They're based in Georgia, and they went on a tour this year. So they're basically turned the game of baseball. It's like they've changed some of the rules, and they basically have magnified the fun parts of it, and like they just make it a whole show. So you're basically going to a baseball game, just kind of like when you went to watch Harlem Globetrotters. It wasn't to see them play basketball; it was to see the show within a basketball game. But I think it's
Oh, and
I
they're
think
actually
it's
dressed like bananas in an all yellow
Yeah.
uniform.
Yes, man. I'm telling you.
Oh dear Lord! Yep, I'm gonna have to
So
go
there
check
you
it out.
go.
I'm only about 3 hours away from these guys, so yeah, that'll
Oh
work.
my God, dude! I want to take my kids to see it one time, but I couldn't coordinate the time that we're in West Palm Beach. They just look like a fun time for like little kids, especially because they're trying to make baseball fun again for little kids, for the younger crowds. So it's a cool little concept for them. But I see that's another thing. Sports and age. Baseball to me feels like an older man's sport. Like it's something that you enjoy, and it's just I used to love to play it, and I can get why some people get bored of watching it because it's not like back and forth, back and
I just
forth.
saw a video of an umpire twerking on one of their highlight videos. I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm telling you, listen, they're fun, man. Bob, look
You
them
got
up.
my
Look them
attention.
up. It's the Bananas. They're hilarious.
Savannah
Man. They're
Bananas.
hilarious.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look
Savannah
it up.
Bananas.
Oh, Bobby's getting hungry. He's starting to rub his eyebrows.
No, yeah, I am though. No, but you know, movie I watched. Sometimes like obviously you guys could tell there's some movies I've never seen, and you know what happens is I'll go back and if I'm cleaning or doing something or creating episodes or writing notes in my notebook for the next shows or whatever, I'll put something on in the background and watch it. And I love watching Harrison Ford movies. A lot of Harrison Ford movies from back in the day. All of them were great. But one of the ones I found in there, I saw it in there, was Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges. It was R.I.P.D. You ever watch that movie?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, the department. Yes.
That is a very good freaking movie. It reminded me a lot of like Men in Black.
Anything with Ryan Reynolds in it, I'll watch it. It's hilarious.
He's funny, dude. He is funny. It was a good story. There was another movie that I saw. Let me just tell you the main. Well, let me make sure I get the cast right because I'll tell you the other guys. But first off, the main cast, it was John Travolta, Samuel Jackson. If you see, okay, if I tell you, let's put on a movie with Samuel Jackson and John Travolta. What do you think? You say I want to see that movie? Would you be down to watch it?
Oh, that's Pulp Fiction.
No.
Hold on.
It's called Basic. Ty Diggs, Connie Nelson, Samuel Jackson. Let me see here. John Travolta. Look, I saw it and I said, I want what the I just came back to the main screen.
I just looked down and all I saw was John's comment. Okay.
Oh,
that's funny,
God.
That's...
Oh, Lord. All right. That's pretty good, G-Man. I got to give it to you, man. Everybody a round of applause for G-Man. Good job, G-Man. Hey, clap for G-Man. Clap for G-Man. Come on. There you go. All right. So, anyway, have any of you watched Basic with John Travolta and Samuel Jackson?
I have not.
I think I've watched it a long time ago.
Let me just say, okay, so it's basically, I think they're Marines, and
yes, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Go on a training, and then the group doesn't come back, and the guy comes to pick them up. They've been shooting each other, and so John Travolta and Connie Nelson's characters have to investigate and figure out what the hell happened. And at first, you're like, oh, this is intriguing. I'm interested in the story. Samuel Jackson character's a dick and all this whatnot. And you're like, oh, dude, you can see why they wanted to kill him or somebody wanted to kill him. And oh shit, G-Man's on a roll, dude. It's like I think he found his groove, man. All right, but
He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
I still had fun. That's awesome. But anyway, at first I liked the movie. Then I kind of figured the movie became predictable. And by the end of the movie, the very last scene, I said, "This is one of the stupidest movies I've ever watched in my life."
It was just a money grab.
Just too many damn twists and turns, and it was like also like the end. Oh, they figured it out. Okay, it's over now. Hey, you want to go out for dinner? Yeah, I'll go for dinner. Oh, and all of a sudden when he says something to her right before he leaves as a car drives by, and all of a sudden that one thing triggered all these memories, and she starts remembering every little thing. And she goes, "Wait, so now she's following John Travolta," and she sees it, and then she sees him picking up the guy that was supposedly dead, and then she goes under the bunker, and there's John Travolta with all the guys that were killed through the movie, and it was all a trap for this one other guy. It's like, what kind of stupid ass movie did I just watch? Anyway, this funny thing. Tip your waitress, I'll be here all week. There you go. So yeah, don't watch Basic, or do if you want to watch a stupid effing movie. I started watching last night. That movie with Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
I stopped at when they were showing the robot for that place, whatever they built. But interesting movie, interesting. But I paused it. I didn't finish it. I'll finish it probably later. So
it takes a complete curveball at the end, just to let you know.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan, and like his roles he's been nailing these last decade, I've been a huge fan of.
He's done a great job, man. I'm happy for him, dude, because he was doing a lot of movies just hoping to hit on one, and then when he hit that Academy Award, he just started belting them out.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's another one. Brad Pitt, people make jokes about him as as a person because of his failed marriage and all this. But as an actor, I think one of the better.
Glorious Bastards is still my favorite role of him.
You're gonna hate me.
Yep.
You're gonna hate me.
Please tell me, for the love of
God, you did not watch this movie.
Watching Glorious Bastards.
You did not watch Glorious Bastards. Oh my God, dude.
Well, I speak the third best Italian. Oh yeah, arrivederci. Arrivederci.
I've seen. Okay, so would you count that? Okay, how many have you watched? Mostly, Brad. Obviously, we talk Moneyball, right? Moneyball. You got Inglourious Bastards.
I've seen most.
Legends of the Fall. Where's that?
Legends of the Fall. Yes, I've seen that.
I think that's one of his best. I've never seen World War Z. That's one I haven't seen yet.
It's decent. It's another world-infected zombie movie. It's decent.
But those can be fun, though. Leo likes to rob the cradle. Oh, come on.
Oh.
There's another zinger for you.
Listen, it's not Elvis robbing the cradle, okay? It's not that bad. At least illegal.
Hey. Don't talk about Elvis.
Why?
Don't talk about Elvis. Come on. Hey.
Or what was the other? What was the blonde-haired guy that's Jerry Lee Lewis that married his
cousin? Talk about him. Talk about Jerry Lee Lewis. Why go after Elvis? What's the problem?
Unbelievable.
It's horrible.
A relationship with an underage girl.
Whatever. That's Elvis. I mean, he married her after she was 18.
What?
What? What? Let's not talk about it. Let's move on. Yeah. No one talks about Elvis's creepy stuff. Stop it. See, now you got her going. I got to hear this crap.
Thank you, Tati. Thank you.
Jesus. Whatever.
Alex, are you an Elvis backer, or is it just him?
What?
Is it just you that likes Elvis, or does Alex like him too?
We grew up on Elvis. That's okay. He did because
I didn't grow up on Elvis.
But from me,
I didn't grow up on Elvis.
No, he grew up on bullshit. That's what he grew up on.
Look at that hater, man, hater.
Just because he didn't wear big white tight air suit for no reason.
He ain't nothing but a hound dog, Bobby. You know. Man, everybody's coming at me today, man. F you guys, man.
Maybe if you turn on the TV once in a while and watch the damn movie.
Elvis died on the can. Well, technically, he died on the floor after he was using the can. Okay, he didn't die on the can. He fell off.
Oh, his dad, brother. Oh.
No, stop. See, she's whatever, dude. Whatever, man.
I mean, it is true. I can confirm all this.
Well, it's from my father. my dad, okay, he was into Elvis when growing up. So we always, when we drive back and forth from my mother's house to my father's house, or back and forth, or go on driving through the when we used to go on the road with my dad when he's a mover trucker. We'd listen to Elvis, and then we go to Graceland and everything. And my dad did Elvis music. My brother Nick does impersonations, and that's what he does now. That's what Nick gets paid for. He plays Elvis Presley on the $1 Million Quartet. Plays on the $1 Million Quartet.
Well, now you tell me I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. So congratulations. Next time, think before you talk. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
That's not me.
You just ruined half of his childhood. The other half, he didn't see movies, so it was ruined already.
That's right.
So playing with sticks. That's it.
Them deep fried banana and peanut butter is a killer. How do you know
I've had banana and peanut butter sandwiches, but I've never had fried banana and peanut butter sandwiches.
Dave is right, though. I never had that deep fried banana or peanut butter. Never had it.
I'm going to have to try it. Fried banana. All right, got it. Answer. Who cares? G-Man's got some drinks in the night.
Yeah, G-Man is having a roll. We got him to come off the ledge in regards of Dolphins talk. He's kind of rolled on over now. I think he's getting into this now. Okay, Alex, thank you for sharing that on the screen. Oh man, but no, I would say top 3 Brad Pitt movies.
Oh man,
you got only top 3.
Top 3?
Yeah.
In no particular order?
No, yeah, you don't have to go in order.
Moneyball, I like. Fight Club. And I was saying Glorious. Man, the problem is he's had so many. I like Benjamin Button, but I'll put Inglourious Bastards there as well.
Inglourious Bastards, Moneyball. Oh man, it's a tie. I'm gonna go Legends of the Fall for the third. I love Legends of the Fall.
Legends of the Fall is amazing. I like Moneyball, and it's a tie between Meet Joe Black and Troy.
Holy
shit! It's good. It's just long shit.
Which one, Troy?
Wait.
Yeah, it's great though. Who's your favorite actor? That's a great question. If you got one favorite actor, it's your favorite of all time. Who is it?
Oof. Wow.
Of course, he's no Al Pacino. Come on, G-Man. We know he's not an Al Pacino.
But the thing is, Brad Pitt. What I love about Brad Pitt,
love Al Pacino
better as he's gotten older.
Yeah, but most actors are like that. Look at DiCaprio when he's younger in his 20s. Now look at him when he's in his 30s and his 40s. Yeah. I mean, his roles have gotten so much better, and you develop more. God, I grew up on these movies, but and even though he started directing some weird shit later on, I'm a huge Mel Gibson fan.
I love that answer.
Love that answer. Mel Gibson's movies growing up. I mean,
I'm a huge Mel Gibson fan as a director, as an actor. I think, I actually did. Me and Tati, that's how Tati and I met. We met at Full Sail University at a film school, and we were talking about directors. And I was going to do one or the other. And one was Kenneth Branagh, who did, he's done a few movies now directing, but one of them was Frankenstein with Robert De Niro. I forgot what movies he's doing right now. There's another one. I think Knives Out was one, I think. No, not Knives Out. What was it? It doesn't matter. But I did it on Mel Gibson because you think of Apocalypse, you think of Passion of the Christ, and it was Braveheart. He's done a lot of great movies. But as an actor, I mean, The Patriot.
That right there is one of my favorite all-time movies.
The time when his son gets killed, both his kids, and both that scene, and then he just, he starts the shit, and you're like, also your chest, you go, fuck, your chest gets heavy. Or Ransom. You remember that movie? Oh man, when he comes and he says, about the whole, I'm not going to give you the money. This is to whoever brings you in. And I was like, and then when he goes, give me back my son, he shoots the wall. Oh hell, that movie's I love that freaking movie. But Mel Gibson can't carry. Yes, G-Man, we get it. Pacino. We're not taking anyway. Pacino's one of the greatest of all time. Okay, The Godfather, Serpico. Godfather 2, Godfather 3.
He must be on one of those drunken tangents in his living room right now, and he's like, Pacino, come on, Pacino.
Okay. So Mel Gibson for Dave. Alex, favorite actor?
Man, I have I have a few top 3, but I'm gonna go. For me, still is Denzel Washington.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a
Denzel's
good one. I
amazing.
like it.
That you can't argue that.
Denzel, no, he is the greatest of all time. Pacino is the greatest, or De Niro? Because now you put De Niro. Who's the greatest?
And
For
one of
me,
my favorite, I put British, is Anthony Hopkins. I
see,
love
you just
Anthony
stole it.
Hopkins.
My favorite
Oh, for
actor is
real?
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh
That
man,
is my
my
favorite
bad.
actor. Love Anthony Hopkins.
Hello, Clarice.
Yes,
I
Anthony Hopkins. Anything with Anthony Hopkins, I'm a fan of. I love Pacino. I grew up on the Godfather movies.
Did you like Hopkins as Thor? I mean,
In
not Thor.
Thor?
Oh,
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I think he was better in part 1. I think they kind of wasted him in the other movies, but
yeah, I agree.
I love this. I love the scene when he banishes Thor. You could tell the emotion of it. That's just how great he is. The Westworld. Have you ever seen Westworld, the series?
Yes.
I love him in Westworld. I thought the show took a dive after he died. His character died out or disappeared finally.
Yeah.
But I have to watch The Father. I have not seen the movie The Father. That's a new one. He won the Academy Award with it, which it just was awesome. Favorite actress? Who's your favorite actress? I'll go first. But mine's is Meryl Streep. It was Anthony Hopkins and Meryl Streep are my favorite actor and actress. Bobby will cry. I think I would. Gene Hackman. Oh God, Gene Hackman's a great freaking actor. I actually just saw a video of him for the first time since he's been retired. 90-something years old. He was getting a burger at Wendy's, and he's so thin now, and he looks like my wife's his grandfather. She said it's kind of true, but it was, man, he was smart. He retired, and he was able to enjoy his life, which was cool. Marlon Brando. I know he's De Niro and Pacino's. I think De Niro's favorite actor. I like Marlon Brando. Obviously, Godfather, Die Hard, Godfather.
My favorite actress is Selma Hayek. Love Selma.
I love Selma too, but are you saying as an actress or as a?
No, what's the movie she just did for Marvel? The Eternals. The Eternals was really good.
I love Selma. One of my favorite movies with her is even though it's not how it went, but it reminds me of me and my wife is with her and Matthew Perry. King of Queens reminds me of me and Tati more. That chick, that whole thing. But the movie with Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry and Selma Hayek. Watch that, and that could be like me and my. It's the funniest damn thing. But go ahead.
So I'll go ahead and add another one in because I love Selma, but the one who gets the good dramatic role is Julia Roberts.
That's a good one, Julia Roberts. Yeah, for sure.
Like I grew up on her movies as well, part of the 80s, 90s era, and coming in, and it's one of those ones I can put on. And one of the movies she's not even the main character in, and she's so good in it, is Ocean's 11 when they redo it. And
yes,
you've
she
got
killed it as
Frida.
That's right. That was free. Nicole Kidman. I like Nicole Kidman. She's okay. One of the best. One of the best. One of the greatest. I like that, Dave. That's actually a very good answer. Gene Hackman of Tati, Viola Davis. Got to give it to her.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Alex, favorite actress?
Well, just to touch up on Dave, I love Salma Hayek in Desperado. That's
yes.
One of the,
yes.
Best one of the best movies. And Antonio Banderas is actually one of my favorite actors too. But to go back to my favorite actress, honestly, I'm between Sandra Bullock and Anne Hathaway.
Sandra's got some good movies.
Because what I love about Sandy, to me, she's like the female version of Ryan Reynolds. The range. So
serious comedy stuff.
Yeah, she could do it all.
Yeah,
she could do it all.
With Sandra Bullock, and now I'll say Sandra Bullock, and I'm gonna nominate. This is something cool. I've always thought about the most talented, the most diverse talent that I've ever seen, and believe it or not, in that incorporates all of entertainment, and I still think it's Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx to me has covered every era, every genre of movies, music. I think the most. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he's the most diverse talent that I see nowadays.
Yeah.
Versatile, very versatile.
What about Andy Garcia?
Oh, Andy Garcia.
I like Andy Garcia.
A gentleman actor.
He's great. I like him.
Oh God, what is it? Even though it didn't come out in theaters.
George Clooney. I love George Clooney too.
one of my
Will
favorite
Smith.
movies of all time. Loaded roster, Smoking Aces.
Oof. Yes.
Refresh my
Loaded
memory.
roster that had Ryan Reynolds, Ray Liotta, Andy Garcia in it, like Ben
Damn.
Affleck. This had everybody, and then the kid, the guy from Entourage. What's his name? The one that gift that says "Get the fuck out of here." What's his name? Oh,
I like
what's
that.
his name? I have it right in my head. He even had some weird movie about car salesmen, and then it's called Die Hard or something like that. God, what's his freaking name? I can see his face right. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna bother me. But anyways, yeah, Smoking Aces.
This is true. This is true too.
This has
Tom Cruise.
Alicia Keys in it. Oh God, what is a big? It had loaded actresses and actors all throughout the movie.
Damn,
It's about
I'm gonna check that out. Smoking Aces. Okay.
It's about a huge FBI to mafia cover up where an old school agent back in like the 30s or 40s got this makeover done to go undercover, then went rogue, had his murder covered up, and then basically coming up now to where his grandson is this big celebrity and everyone's trying to put a hit list out on him. And you're going to see all these actors and actresses coming through and you're like, holy crap, they were in that. Holy crap, they were in that. Holy crap, they were in that. You know the Irish guy that has the scar going down that's in Sunday Anarchy?
Yeah, yep.
He's in that. He's an assassin in that movie.
Damn. See, I got Smoking Aces. I'm gonna look that up. That sounds like a fun
Mystery
movie.
Alaska.
Say what?
Remember the movie Mystery Alaska, the hockey movie?
Yes.
Okay. Remember the really big tall guy with the brown hair?
Uh-huh.
He's in like every movie now. I can never remember his damn name. He's in that, and he's supposed to be like this little part of an assassin neo-Nazi group. Like and then it basically has like 8 different people trying to sneak into this hotel and kill this guy. Who's Aces basically is the celebrity smoking. That's why it's called Smoking Aces.
So let me we're at
Ryan Reynolds and Ray Liotta are partners. For the FBI.
Man, Ray Liotta. I saw his I saw the Oscars a little bit last night, and congratulations to Brendan Fraser.
Heck yeah, dude.
That's
Resurgence
so freaking cool. Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Supporting Actress, which was the best reaction I saw. She said, "Shut up."
Indiana Jones hugging Short Round.
Oh my! Yes, I told my wife. I said when I saw him going crazy and he kissed him, and you know, that's so cool, man. That's some of the coolest things. Like I told Tati, I go, you got to remember, he was with him when he was a kid. So to him, he probably looks at him like as an uncle or whatever. So to see him now, like I won an Academy Award as Best Supporting Actor, and
Mr. Jones.
That is so. Yeah.
That was
really coul. That was really freaking cool. And you know, I'm just happy for Brendan Fraser. That was the thing. Like I wouldn't say now. Obviously, you got to count him as one of the better actors, right? He's an Academy Award winner, Best Actor. But I mean, the Mummy, Bedazzled. Was it Bedazzled?
Oh my God! Now they say Brendan Fraser, The Scout. Do you remember the movie they did with Albert Brooks?
Yes.
The Scout too. That's another based on.
What's the movie with Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser? I'm trying to say his name right. Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler. Yeah. When they were rockers, they like hijacked the station.
Oh God!
He was like a mute, wasn't he? A mute.
They took the God. What is it? They took the radio station hostage.
Georgia the Jungle. That's a good one.
Georgia the Jungle too.
What about Encino
Samuel Jackson? That's a good one.
Encino Man.
Yes, that's right. Yes. That's another one. So yeah, those are some of the great movies. But let's round this out because we're about an hour and a half in, and we're dads. You know, it's dinner time for me. I haven't had a chance to sit down and eat.
I got time. My kids are asleep.
But let's round this out. Dave, you were on live earlier today. You were following around with the free agency news. We were just talking about what Miami might do. Is it over? I don't think it is for Miami, but not just Miami. But you could touch on Miami if you want. But let me just talk in general, NFL. I don't know what you could expect, but what do you anticipate like tomorrow? What's going to happen on day 2?
There is a huge list of free agents still tomorrow. There's guys like Shelby Harris, Frank Clark out there. Dalvin Tomlinson, who's a bigger defensive tackle, just got signed to the Browns as we're speaking now. Got announced 24 seconds ago. And then EJ Speed, a linebacker for the Colts, brought him back. But tomorrow, my guess is Aaron Rodgers finally gets the trade done because I've seen big networks go back and Airheads. That's what it's called, Airheads. The one
it
with
says
Brendan
right
Fraser
here.
and Adam Sandler, where they take and Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, Ari Marov, who's very good, an insider. He says the Jets and Packers both did not add any new players today as they wait on Aaron
Packers
Rodgers.
brought back the returner, Keshawn Nixon.
Yes,
and
but he was
Jets
saying
signed
new players.
Fraser. Yeah. I'm just going over my head on.
Gotcha.
But
Dave, is there any way that you think that it could backfire? It could fall through, or there's no possible way?
I've got on confirmed sources from multiple people that it's done. They're just working out now. Aaron's already made his decision. He's going to the Jets. It's just the fact now that they're working out what Aaron is going to want to do for a new, because this is the plan. They're not going to stick to the deal they're trading. Green Bay is going to sign him to a new deal, ship him, so it makes it easier. So Green Bay and Jets can swap and whatever. Call it a day.
G-Man has gone back to trashing the Dolphins or being pissed at Miami now that we're touching.
G-Man, I'm right there with you. I think Dolphins have an excellent roster. I think they need a new QB. That's just me.
Yes, we know. That's where you stand, and you've been forefront, and you've been honest about it. It's not something you're not just trolling. You have fun with it. You do have fun with it. You do have fun with it, but you're being real on that, and that's fair.
Mike White season, baby.
No, stop it. Okay, so there's the troll. There's the troll. There's the troll. I was just giving a break, but I will say this, guys: if you're not following Dave Steger, and it's Steg and Cheese, right, on Twitter. You're not doing it. You should though. You should though, because when he says sources and things like this, he doesn't really publish this. He doesn't say this out loud a lot. But I'm telling you this: when you got to watch Huddle Up and Wait. You got to follow him on Twitter because a lot of times when he does tell me, he goes, "Hey Bobby, I heard this. I'm hearing this." And it's not like he goes and throws it out there. Hey, I'm hearing all this. He goes, "Hey, I'm hearing all this." No, but a lot of times he's hit these things. Most of the time he has. I brought up Derrick Henry as a giggles because I heard something in Tennessee. I brought it up on Twitter. We talked about it beforehand. He said, he says, I kind of heard something else on my end, and we threw that out there, and then we had a show on Huddle Up and Wait. I produce it. He hosts it with Brett Lagasse on Thursday nights, and 2 days later, people were calling me crazy. People were telling us he was crazy. Lo and behold, 2 days later, Derrick Henry is being listened to. Offers are being heard. Dolphins are one of the teams being listed that are one of the favorites, and we're sitting there looking pretty. So I'm just telling you guys, do yourselves a favor. Go follow Steg and Cheese. Steg, S-T-E-G-N, as the letter N, Nancy, Cheese on Twitter, okay? He's a lot of fun. He loves getting into it. Just play nice, but he loves getting into it. And go watch Huddle Up and Wait, okay? Tune in every Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Him and Brett Lagasse, great views, great points. If you want a different take on the Dolphins, if you want a different take on the NFL, they do the whole NFL, but they do touch on Dolphins because, Steg loves to troll and Brett's a Dolphins fan, but they do touch on it. But, expect different talk. It's not fanboy. It's reality. They like to have fun, but they do troll, but they like to have fun.
Realism, basically. Just the whole fact of you got to look at the negative with the positive and weigh everything out. You can't just be like, oh man, the Dolphins are going to get everyone. You have to look at it because of the cap space, the restructured money you have to kick into the future, and what they're sacrificing in the future by doing these moves now.
And then of course you got Alex Atiachiska, my brother grew up with. We're brothers. But fast break Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern. Miami Heat, NBA. They're going to touch on what the hell's going on with the Miami Heat. They're going to touch on the NBA possibly putting down a rule that, hey, if you want to be considered for league MVP, you got to play games.
Minimum amount of games.
A minimum amount of games, which it should be. I think this whole what's that called? Resting period or maintenance when they sit out, it's getting a little exaggerated. It's getting a little overused. Players. Who said this? Was it Josh Hart? I think Josh Hart did it. That he said there are guys that go to work and work 10-hour, 12-hour, whatever hour days every day. We're here playing a game, and you know what? And whatever, that's a sport they play. I'm all for it. You do what you want to do, but it's so damn freaking true. Sit out a game. when you have a kid who's never seen you and you got a father or a mother or a parents paying their hard-earned money to go watch their favorite player with their child, and that player's not playing because he has to rest up because he played an hour game. So I'm actually happy the league is doing this. Alex will touch more on that on Wednesday night with his guys, Clutch and Justin Garfield. Justin Garfield, awesome co-host with Clutch. Garfield knows college football. That's something he does that he does before he did basketball. Now he does basketball talk. We got draft content on Friday nights. We do live mock drafts. We talk about all the prospects. We got the video montages. We have a blast. We got Finstock Day on Saturdays with Fish Tank Hank and myself. You got Tuesday night. Tomorrow night, we got a big doubleheader, but they're together. It's a special edition. Real talk on the Fins bandwagon. Steve Malloy, Dolphins Thirsty Rob with Evan Posner and Michael Vogel. Whole lot of great stuff. And, of course, the wrestling show on Wednesday night as well, which is very cool. They have a lot of fun. I think G-Man is Dave Steger's burner account. That's what I think.
So. I'm not even on it.
I see every time you look down, something else pops up. Something else pops up.
He literally just put that up. And I've
load management. Thank you, G-Man. Load management. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like it. I can't stand it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in.
A good name for a
Before we close it out, this is called the Cuban goodbye. We're leading to it. We just don't get to it yet. We're still saying our goodbyes. You say goodbye, you leave, you start talking to another part of the group. Yeah. Then you come back, you say goodbye again.
No, and usually when you do the standing up from the chairs, but then you keep talking.
You get up and you go,
so you might even sit down again. Yeah, it's a funny.
You talk by the car. You dare talk for about 15, 20 minutes by the car, and then you get in the car. Now you're talking at the window.
You get any leftover like pastries that are left?
That's right. That's the Cuban goodbye. Yes. Yeah, that's what's happening. This is what we call this, guys.
Coffee.
So before we officially close it out, Dave, any final words, brother?
You just took my joke. I literally just told
Damn! You see? That right, there's a burner. It's a burner account.
No,
man.
I just said
Dave
literally
said
to Alex right here as you were trying to talk. I'm like, that's a great porno name, Load Management.
Yeah, Load Management.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Dave, any final words?
Load management. No, man, I appreciate coming on and y'all making me feel at home and feeling the only included white boy in the Hialeah gang. So I'm initiated now. I'm happy. So if you guys see me with a teardrop next week, you know what it means. That's awesome. No, I had a blast tonight, guys. Movies, football, basketball. I'm down to talk anything. I just appreciate being able to come on and chat.
Hey, not going to be the last time, man. Love having you, bro.
Keep your eyes peeled on the football news. It's coming through the night. That's all I'm saying.
Right. There's things going down. Alex, any final words for you, brother?
No, man. It was great to have you on, Dave. And always, Bob. When me and Bobby talked about doing the show, the cool part about it is that we wanted everybody that wanted to come on, whether it be fans, members of the network. This is something that we always used to do growing up, just talking, hanging out on our front porch. So we kind of transitioned it into the podcast world. And I'm just happy that when it reaches you, it makes you happy as well, because it kind of reconnects your childhood and many other people's childhood. So we might have some of our childhood friends on as well. So Dave, you're always welcome, my man. Thank you so much for being on. And obviously, Bobby, like I always tell you, bro, for providing a platform for everybody to express themselves. And just like Dave said, that's what we nicknamed you, the Podfather. You have given everybody the ability to express themselves, enjoy themselves with themselves and with their families. And that's a cool thing that you don't see in this day and age, honestly, in this realm.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Much love, buddy.
Oh, appreciate it. So, keep an eye on the news that comes out tomorrow. Finstock Sports Network will be live again at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow. It starts off with Real Talk Finstock with the bandwagon. It will be an hour and a half long show. So they're going to talk Dolphins. I'm sure they're going to touch on some NFL, but mainly Dolphins. They're going to be reacting, probably debating, having a lot of fun. So tune into that. Thank you all for tuning in. Smash that like and subscribe button. Join Alex and I again next Monday night, 9:30 Eastern. Like, subscribe, and if you're a Dolphins fan, just deal with it, Dave. Fins up, everybody.